and welcome to Letty Does Playing Lone Wolf, the Huntress Marked for Death Part 2. So, the first video came out okay. There was a lot of cats on my map, but I knew that was going to happen, and I think I'm doing all right, just needing to manage my little materials here of my pencil, eraser, and my D10. Since the filming of the last video, I did change some stuff, I added some stuff on my papers here so that it's more obvious what I do. I added 2 boxes for my Burese hand cannon, so I know when to use them. For my healer's kit, I just wrote 10 here. I'll just erase that and change that if I use some of it. And then for my leather satchel, I scratched that out just to show that I don't have a leather satchel. I didn't end up doing that. My endurance is the same. And then over here on my progress notes, I just added what I did. So this is story so far, and this is hunting arts. And, oh, you're in the way. You can be like this though. I showed that I did Wordcraft, Jovadas, Burese Hunter, Mark of the Agarashi, and then also that I got the Burese hand cannon. That's in my special items. And then for my equipment, I got an axe, the healer's kit, the crowbar, the rope and pitten, the meal, the lucky coin, and then I got 9 crowns. And as that changes, I will update this if I remember. Dang it, you! And then of course I have these kitties that are being so annoying. Alright, so picking up where we left off, we are right here over on the first page. Do I write title? I guess I'll write title. Okie dokie. Marked for death. Run and run, you cannot hide. Close the doors and stay inside. From the shadows he'll pass all locks. No one is safe where the tall man walks. Torinese Children's Rhyme. Author unknown. Toran is a place of innovation and beauty. Buildings taller than any in Summerland, save for that of the king's citadel of Homeguard, soar into the sky. The city streets are evenly paved and lined with trees and other greenery, so that at times there is the illusion that you walk through a city sprung up amongst a forest. There is even innovation unseen underneath the streets, where you know that miles of networked tunnels carry Toran's waste far beyond the city's walls. Lomspur Lane is a very long thoroughfare which bisects Toran from the ill-famed West Ward to the middle-class East Ward, crossing the heart of the city and driving through the heart of its wealthiest districts. As you walk along it, you can see the stark differences in class, the progression from stacked apartments to single-family manor houses. People wearing expensively made clothes go about their business under the cover of parasols. Even the air is rich here, the air tinged with the light scent of roses. Every street has a guard walking it, their armor and spears gleaming. They watch suspiciously as you pass them. Turn to page 100. No peeking. Just give me a moment. Hart Manor seems more castle than home, a fortress set behind rusted iron gates, hemmed in by huge trees with hanging branches like reaching fingers. A tall brick wall that might have once been a bright red but has faded to the color of old blood surrounds the manor. Graffiti covers its surface, much of it symbols of warding against evil, but you also see a strange phrase repeated more than once. The tall man walks here. Rusty iron gates admit you to the manor grounds. Gloom-filled windows stare down at you as you approach the judgmental gaze of a many-eyed beast. Despite the sense of abandonment this place holds, your knock at the heavy front doors is answered swiftly enough by a bent-back man in servant's attire who peers up at you under eyebrows thick and bushy as living animals. He is reticent until you show him the letter. Then he bends into a deep, bone-popping bow and ushers you inside. You are led through a long, dusty corridor in a grand sitting room, 2 stories tall with a wide balcony running through its length, accessible by a spiraling staircase. The walls are lined with sagging bookshelves, their contents illuminated by the glow of a hearth grand enough for a person to stand in. Sooty footsteps lead to and from the hearth, discoloring the white Aknar skin rug in front of it. Above the mantel is carved a massive representation of a family tree with each branch supporting the archaic names of past Hart family members. Dates run along the trunk, showing the family as having been established many hundreds of years ago. You notice that Sindra is the only name on the lowest branch. She is the last of the Harts. The mistress will be along shortly to see you, the old man wheezes, and then exits the room, closing the doors behind him with a resounding boom. You stand awkwardly, waiting. There is a tomb-like quality to the place that even the cheerfully crackling fire cannot chase away. If you have the mark of the Agarashi, turn to 129. Otherwise, you wait patiently for your host to arrive, turn to 20. Turning to 129. Nope. Pause. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. I haven't been writing anything. Da 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 da. Okie dokie. Oops, oops. My bad. La la la. My doo doo dee doo. Sorry, 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 sorry. I was focused on enunciating. I really want to get this right. Okay. I did 100. Sorry, everyone. I've let everyone down. 129. I'll take this time to drink a bit of water. Ooh. The scar under your eye patch begins to itch terribly. At the same moment, a deep tremor runs through you, as if a hand of ice has just caressed your neck. You feel weak in the knees and steady yourself against the hearth. However, you have only rested for a single breath when you feel something wet and sticky under your hand. You lift it. When you lift it, you see the stone is wet with blood. Shocked, you look to the source of the blood. It is the family tree, bleeding from a branch that has been scratched out, broken. It would have been during the time of Sindra's grandfather. You can hear voices whispering, getting louder the longer you stare at the pumping blood. He went deep underneath Toran, they say, beyond the wheels. Both of your eyes itch now, and you rub at them in irritation. When you look again, the blood marks are gone. You would think you had imagined them if not for the bright red stain on your hand. Turn to 20. Okay, so before I do that, I think I'm going to write down the cryptic message about Toran. He went deep underneath Toran beyond this. I'll write this in my knowledge section, even though it doesn't tell me. I'll just go... He's under Toran beyond the wheels. A door opens on the balcony, and an elderly woman in a blue dress steps through, followed by the old man who met you at the door. I apologize for keeping you waiting, the woman says, as she descends the staircase, her manservant close at heel. I am Sindra Hart, and I appreciate you coming on short notice. Sindra is thin and tall, with narrow features and bright silver hair, a color that offsets her green eyes. She wears no jewelry except for a single red ring on her left hand. Having dealt with nobility before, you had expected her to exude snide confidence or perhaps a masquerade of humbleness. However, her smile is warm and honest, and when you take her extended hand, she clamps it in both of hers. How did you find my home? She asks. It is impressive, you answer. Like the way I picture great mansions of bygone eras. Sindra's lively laugh seems out of place amongst the manor's dilapidated, withering glory. Like a tomb, you mean, she says. No need to be coy. The Hart family has been collecting dust for generations. It fits. We are a family of historians. There is nothing as important as the past. I would agree, you answer. Of course you would. That's why you're here, after all. Your host takes a seat and indicates you should as well, pointing you to a chair so tall and plush it seems liable to swallow you. Her manservant takes up position at her shoulder, ready to meet any need she may proclaim. Sindra leans forward, her chin resting on clasped fingers. What do you know of the Hart family? She asks. If you respond that it is very old, turn to 104. If you respond that it is cursed, tune to 148. If you respond that the tall man walks here, turn to 79. I am going to respond that it is cursed.
cursed, yes, Sindra says. Ages ago, the Hearts consorted with demons. One was bound in service to our family, and from it we gained our fortune and our power. We were worshipped back then, garbed in robes of red and terrible masks. Our servants did many regrettable things. We even aided the Dark Lords. You feel cold run through you at the mention of the evil creatures who rule the barren lands beyond the mountain ranges to the west. Sindra notices your reaction and nods gravely. That ended 800 years ago to the day, when my ancestor Sintra the Generous, for whom I am named, elected to change the ways of the family. She gave up our power and imprisoned our demon in a magic vessel. Every 200 years, my family has repeated the ritual to keep the demon in prison. So that is our curse. We are jailers, and today it falls to me to perform the ritual once again. I have prepared my entire life for this day. Only one thing eluded me. The Sindarian vessel, the very object which contained the demon. It has been missing since the days of my grandfather. Turn to 35. Much of my family's fortune has been spent in pursuit of the Sindarian vessel. For years I have called upon the services of adventurers, magicians, and thieves to help me,
Sindra says. The manservant clears his throat at this, but Sindra waves him to silence.
Oh, let us not put on airs, Danton. If an army of Geoks could have helped me in my search, I would have made use of them gladly. Thankfully, it did not come to that. A smuggler by the name of Valeska has been my instrument instead. And in our last communication, he told me he had found the vessel.
If you have what you need, you say, then why call on me? My knowledge of the occult is limited.
But I don't have the vessel. That is the problem. I have received reports that the ship Valeska came on, the Enlightenment, arrived in Turan last week, but he hasn't contacted me again. I need to find him. I need the Sindarian vessel.
And when I bring it to you, then you'll tell me what I want to know?
Yes, but you must do it quickly. Tonight, before the light of dawn touches Turan's streets. The vessel must be in my possession, or the ritual will fail, and a great evil will once again be freed upon the world.
That gives you pause. The sun is already heading for the other side of the hill, as the saying goes.
I will also pay you,
Sindra adds.
200 crowns upon delivery of the artifact.
Then you have bought my blade, you reply. You decide not to tell Sindra that you would have done the job for only the information on your past. It is more valuable to you than any gold, more important than stopping a demon.
You'll know Valeska by his left hand, Sindra says, which is missing the third and fourth fingers. If you are looking for where to start, you could try the docks. Or he is known to have dealings with the Thieves' Guild. The Boar's Head Tavern in the slums is where they gather.
Eager to make use of what little time you have, you rise from the chair. Danton heads to the door to lead you out.
A lifetime spent preparing for a single day,
Sindra says as Danton opens the door.
And yet it all comes down to what will happen in the next few hours.
You follow the old butler and soon find yourself standing back outside the iron gates. A storm has rolled in from the Caltree, bringing rain and shadows. Thunder rumbles across the city like a portent sent by the gods just for you. If you wish to contact the Thieves' Guild, head to the slums and turn to 247. Or you can head to the harbor to search out the Enlightenment, the ship Valeska arrived on. Turn to 220. I know you should stay away from ships, but that's Lone Wolf. The Huntress should be fine, right? And this ship is at the dock. It's not sailing. I don't have anything that would help me with the Thieves Guild. I can't understand them. So I should probably just go for the dock. 220. Go to sleep. You're chittering while half asleep. Go to sleep. The harbor is full of the shouts and curses of sailors, the air heavy with the smell of salt and fish. The sheer number of the ships anchored at the docks is impressive. 24 different figureheads stare down at you. Roaring monsters you do not have names for, mermaids baring their breasts, maidens running splintered fingers through wooden hair. The Enlightenment turns out to be a wide schooner sitting low in the water. There is no one guarding the gangplank. However, you have hardly set foot on deck before a rough voice hails you, and a sailor with a gaping cleft palate pokes his head up from behind stacks of coiled rope. Who the hell are you? He shouts in a coarse accent. If you have the art of wordcraft, turn to 25. Otherwise, you can choose to say, I'm here to speak to the captain, turn to 103. Or you can say, I'm looking for Valeska, turn to 114. Let me fix this. I actually wrote this in the wrong spot. This is supposed to be 1 up, because that is where I would have made the decision to go to the Enlightenment. I have the art of wordcraft, so I am going to 25. Because why did I pick that if not to use it? I talk good. You put on a smile so slick it feels like rain would slide off it. I work for Valeska, you say, and he has a message for the captain. Too important to come down here himself, the sailor says. You know what they say, you respond. A smuggler will work twice as hard to avoid half the work. The sailor lets out a huge guffaw of laughter. Go on then. Captain's door is first on the right. He waves you towards the stairs going below decks. You follow them to a long corridor. The groaning and creaking of the ship all around you makes your skin crawl. You've never been comfortable on ships. The captain's door is immediately to your right, but further down the hall you see another door, slightly ajar. Do you wish to enter the captain's quarters? If so, turn to 210. If you wish to explore this other door instead, turn to 92. I want to do the captain's quarters. You push open the door to find yourself in a spacious cabin lit by a lantern that swings slowly back and forth in time with the rocking of the ship. A miserable-looking man with 3-day stubble and deep circles under his eyes sits behind the redwood desk covered in sea charts and instruments of navigation. He is wrapped in a thin blanket and hacking something wet and phlegmy into a handkerchief. When you enter, he coughs explosively and asks in a hoarse voice what in Nar's gloomy nethers you want. A man sailed with you recently, a man by the name of Valeska, you say. I want to know where he is. That's costly information, even if I was inclined to tell you, which I'm not, the captain says, snorting wetly into his handkerchief. It's dangerous to go looking for a smuggler, even more so to ask his friends to give him up. Pick a number from the random number table. If you have the art of exceptional awareness, add 3. If you have the art of cat step, add 1. If your total is 0 to 2, turn to 165. If it is 3 or higher, turn to 151. Let's find out. It's a 4. That means 151. At the last moment, you spin aside, just as the captain pulls the trigger on a crossbow attached to the underside of the desk. A small bolt embeds itself in the door instead of your gut. The captain curses and stands up, reaching for a whip and cutlass, which hangs at his sides. You cannot silence him with your blade. Murder is generally frowned upon in Tehran, and you have no wish to see your face added to a bounty poster. Next thing you know, a Kylord will be hunting you down. Captain Jansen, Endurance 16. The combat ratio is +0, but because you fight without your weapons, lower this by -4 unless you have the Art of Drovadas. If you have a crowbar, you can wield it to deal +2 more damage every round. When you reduce the captain's endurance to 2 or less, turn to 235. Okay. Fight. First fight. Let's see if I can do this right. Let's go to my action. My combat record. And my endurance is 25. And the opponent is going to be Captain Jetson. And he's at 16. The combat ratio is +0. And because I do have Drovadas, it doesn't matter that I'm not fighting with the weapons. And I have a crowbar. So if you have a crowbar, you can wield it to deal +2 more damage every round. I don't think that's talking about my combat ratio. I think that's talking about like my final number. So I will just write crowbar +2 EP, or no, +2 damage every round. Okay, cool. So now time to take a look at the combat result table. I don't think I need to keep flipping this back and forth. I will show you guys here like once. Really good. So here's the combat ratio. It's going to be 0, so I need to look at this line right here. And then I need to roll my d10. That is a 7 for my first one. So then you go here in the 0, here's the 7. This says the enemy takes 9 damage and I take 1. That was a really good roll. So let me set this aside. I actually prefer it on this side. You can see better. They take 9 damage. So I will do -9, I guess, and that leaves them with 7. Okay, rolled a 7. Like that. I rolled a 7, and then that means -1. So now I'm at 24, and he would be at 7. However, I have a crowbar, so he's at 5. What if I kill him? I guess that doesn't matter. 2 or less. All right. So he's at 5? Is that correct? Because it's 9 plus 2, so that's 11. So he'd be at 5, I think. Okay. So let's roll again. Oh, sorry. That's a 4. I don't mean to bother you. It's just you're in my rolling area, ma'am. So that would mean he's dead. Okay, then I rolled a 4. And that would mean that I actually take 3 damage. So I'm at 21. But they take 6 damage, so he's dead. Do I just write 0 or do I write -1? It would technically be more. Let's just write 0. He's dead. It's okay. He's defeated. All right. We can tuck these away now. And oh, wait. No, I can't. I need to update my current endurance. So my endurance is currently 21. Hopefully I can get that back up to something better. Okay. How should I do this? Okay, go then. Go. Let me drink a little more water. 235. You duck underneath a swing of the whip and sidestep a downward slash of the cutlass. You then strike out with a wide haymaker, connecting with the captain's jaw with such force that you send him slamming into the wall, where he slides slowly down to the ground, knocked unconscious and with one less tooth in his mouth. Still, you know you only have limited time before his crew responds to the commotion. If you wish to search the captain's quarters, turn to 226. If you wish to hurry off the ship and try your luck at the Thieves' Guild instead, turn to 247. I'll be honest with you, I didn't come all this way for nothing, so I am going to search the captain's quarters. Uh-huh. Which means I will turn to 226. First, you relieve the captain of his weapons in case he wakes up. He has a cutlass with a beautiful ivory hilt. It counts as a sword for purposes of combat. And a long leather whip. Count it as a special item. You can use the whip in your offhand alongside another weapon in combat. If used this way, you can choose to replace the damage you deal in a round of combat with damage equal to a number from the random number table. You can do this once per combat. You cannot use the whip as a weapon on its own. You also find 15 gold crowns hidden in a pair of old boots tucked under the bunk and a golden compass on the desk. The compass is a backpack item. In a desk drawer, there is a vial of strange, sappy liquid, which you can identify if you have the art of alchemy. Turn to 10 if you do. Most importantly, you find a letter in the captain's jacket. It says, Garver, if I am not back by the morrow, send the shipments to Clatterclop Lane in the Long Market. Make sure our fat friend pays up front. I don't work on credit. Valeska. As your search concludes, the captain lets out a long groan, and you decide to leave the ship while your luck holds. You make for the Long Market. Turn to 231. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Yes, my daughter, I love you, I love you. What you doing? I was gonna hug you. Okay, you're up there now. Okay, and you're down. You can't do that. That wiggles the table too much. That is mine. Listen, 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 listen. Okay, okay, little kitty kitty. You're causing a lot of trouble right now, okay? I love you too. I love you. How about you go be in your little pumpkin box, ma'am? How about the pumpkin box? Or how about up here? Who's up here? Is anyone up there? No? Huh? How about you stay up there, huh? No? You're really gonna do this? God damn it. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see. First, let me fill out this. 2, 3, 1. Don't bite my pencil. Don't bite my pencil, please. Because I do not have the art of alchemy, Does that mean I get the vial? Probably not. I'll be honest with you, even if I didn't have the art of alchemy, I think if I was the huntress, I would probably take it anyway. Hi, you need to calm your little kittiness down. Okay? What do you want to do? You want to be right here? I can try to kind of work with you right here. Yes? Okay. Maybe I can work with you right here. Just stop stepping on everything and moving everything, please. It's a very delicate operation I'm running here. Okay, so for this, we will go girl plus cutlass, stop it, plus whip, plus 15 crowns. Don't. And a golden compass on the desk. Plus, yeah. And I guess I don't get the strange liquid because I cannot identify it. So I cannot take it, which is silly because, again, I would just take it. Even if I don't know what it is. Because I have the backpack space. And maybe someone would be willing to pay me for what it is if they knew what it was. Then they would be able to tell me. Okay, I'll put commas between that. Then I will go over to my main action chart. And do I lose the crowbar? No, right? I keep the crowbar, I think. Okay, so the cutlass I need to list as, so I have a weapon. That counts as a weapon. A sword for purposes of combat. So I will write sword, and then I will do some parentheses, captain's cutlass, just so I remember like where I got it from. Whip count as a special item. Whip. One side you can choose. Replace damage you deal. Okay. How should I write this? Whip. Replace damage once per combat. I'm sorry if you guys can't read that. Replace damage once per combat with random number. And then must use with weapon. Can't use alone. Not a weapon. I'll just remember that, I guess. Or use with weapon. Sure. Used with weapon. Yeah. That makes sense to me. I also gained 15 coins. I was rather... Well, I've been worse in my coin... in the coin department. That's why I got so excited of the minimum of 2 coins. The notion of a minimum of 2 coins. It could have been worse. So that'd be 24. Yes. So good. Oh, and a compass. Okay, and a golden compass on the deck. The compass is a backpack item. So I have room right here. Yeah, sure. This is going so good. Put that away for now. Back to our progress notes. Alright, so I filmed parts 2, 3, and 4 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip you're watching marks the end of part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. Thanks so much for watching. Get out there, do all the stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye!